Hello, nasties. Welcome back to another vlog. We are going to be adventuring in the desert today once again. But first thing is first, I am opening this vlog with a little bit of a sketchy session. I have several projects right now that are in the works, various stages of planning. I'm going to be illustrating shortly the next Patreon Color Fiend coloring page line art. And then also for Patreon, I'm going to be working on the Sticky Claw Sticker Club. And then I have a sticker project that has been in the works. Well, the idea has been in my brain for a while, but I was waiting for the right time to start it, and it is now. And that is, my Patreon patrons already know this, at least the ones who were around at the time when we were discussing this, but I am going to be creating a zodiac astrological collection of stickers. So yay for that. These will not be Patreon exclusives, so they will be available on my website. So we'll discuss that at a later date. But let's talk about this vlog then, shall we? Because I have quite a bit going on. Now that I am filming fewer videos, I feel as though so much happens all at once and I need to cram it into a 30-40 minute video, and it's a lot. But I like it. I like big chunky vlogs. So in this vlog, we are going to be continuing my adventures of searching for a place to live. And by live, I mean specifically, your girl wants a dollhouse. We've been talking about this for a while now. I have wanted a damn tiny house for years, and now the universe is pushing me into it. I'm done with being beholden to a landlord. I'm not going to do it anymore. Camel's back has now been broken. Karla, why not move into a house and share the space? A little bit more room, a little bit more safety. No, not necessarily. My sanity is more important. So we are back to where I was, 5 years ago now, of wanting my own little place without a landlord. I did the one-bedroom apartment for nearly a decade. I've done the studio apartment thing now, and I can definitely go smaller. I'm ready. With each passing year, I feel as though I am coming into my own acceptance of the fact that, you know what, Karla, you're just not, for lack of a better term, girl, you are simply just not normal, and just stop fighting it. Stop fighting it. For years, in many ways, I conformed by getting the apartment, by living in beautiful manicured Palm Springs, which I love. I still love it here aesthetically, but it came at the cost of my sanity and my peace and quiet, and in many ways freedom, because I always felt as though I was a prisoner in my own home because I couldn't step outside without a neighbor pestering me. I couldn't step outside without X, Y, and Z getting in my way. So no, the universe is putting me back on the path that I was supposed to be on, which is, hey, do not get complacent. Things are difficult, but you were put on this planet to overcome difficult circumstances, and this is one of them. Chasing my dreams, chasing what it is that makes me happy is always at the forefront of what I do. And it's not easy, but it is always worth it. So my brain is on the tiny houses. Once again, we've circled back to that. But it's proving to be extraordinarily difficult finding a place to put it. And that is where I find myself. That is the quest for this year. If you are unfamiliar with tiny houses and the tiny house movement in general, do a little bit of research. Google it, YouTube it. It's definitely nothing new. I'm not jumping on some crazy trend. I'm not that foolish. I'm fearless, but not foolish. Never make that mistake, please. But one common thread is that placing these things is difficult. There are plenty of beautiful communities in other areas of the United States. There are gorgeous places in other countries, but I am a desert girl. I am a desert creature. I love it. My heart belongs to the desert, and I will not give up on the desert until I have exhausted all options. So that is what we are doing this year, looking for a place for me to place a dollhouse. I don't know what is going to happen. 6 months from now, I can change my mind and I can, move to another country. Maybe I'll be vlogging from a jungle someday. But for right now, this is the path that I am on. And I'm quite determined. because I want to live somewhere quiet and alone where I can simply be myself. Not that I'm not myself anywhere else, but I want to be somewhere where I can breathe. If you've been here for a while, you know how annoying my apartment had become over the previous couple of years. The screaming kids, the families moving in, the overcrowding in the neighborhood. It's just, nope, it's time to go, and that's okay. Life is about change. Change is not easy, as cliche as it sounds. And the thing is, it isn't that I love change, but I'm highly adaptable. I joke that I'm a sparkly Karla Roach, and I am. I always figure things out in the end. And the difference, though, is that after my crazy year of being away from YouTube last year, I am now bringing you all along for the journey. So you are now not simply seeing just the highlights of my life. You are now seeing Karla get frustrated searching for a place to go that is suitable, because your girl is picky and high maintenance. You know this. So anyways, welcome to another vlog. Let's do this thing. I will be dragging you along with me to scope out a couple of other mobile home parks. Is it going to be a disaster? Quite possibly. You'll simply have to sit back and join me to find out. And then at the end of the vlog, we will be doing some artsy fartsy things. Patreon goodness. You are going to be seeing some fabulous, and we are going to chat about my glam noir finally coming to my website, as well as I think I'm going to discuss the update on my newest coloring book. So if you don't want to see the journey in the desert, the Karla getting frustrated, the all of that, just skip to the very, very, very end of this vlog. So let's get on with it. Without further ado, let us vlog, shall we?
Cardinal sin right now. I don't condone eating in cars. I don't care if you do it. And I do it, obviously, on occasion. But it's not my favorite. I hate eating in the car. Why? Several reasons. It's gross. It's not sanitary. A car is never quite clean enough unless it's brand new or freshly detailed. Inhaling that cabin air, you're too close to the road. What it is the proximity to being on the dirty ass roads, right? I'm in a little bubble on a disgusting, filthy road. And if I'm paying for food, I want to sit down and enjoy it. I don't want to be in the process of going somewhere. I don't know. I do it when it's necessary. It's not my first choice. Eating in the car, not my first choice.
I enjoy driving, but every time I'm on this particular stretch of road, I become a little depressed, because this stretch of road used to be completely desolate. It was nothing but hillsides, and it was beautiful to look at. It was the point at which I knew I was almost in the desert. I was almost home. And now, after not having driven this way in quite some time, there are so many developments popping up, housing developments. And I'm talking about housing developments, townhouses where everyone is crowded in like sardines stacked on top of each other. And my rolling hills are no longer there. All of the boulders have been moved. The grass, the vegetation has been killed. And it's just, I'm sad about it. And I was, my fingers, you see the dirtiness of the car. I was trying not to bite my fingernails, but I wanted to. And then I just got lost in the music. Music will always save me, and in this instance, it was Ace of Base. I hope YouTube doesn't dock me for that. It was all of 2 seconds. Come on, give me a break. But anyway, yeah, I was on a 1990s dance pop and freestyle kick while I was driving out to the desert. But here we go. See, we are driving deep into the high desert. That's where we're heading, which is such a beautiful drive. I love it so much. It's just relaxing, gorgeous, desolate, everything I love about the desert. So I'm a little nervous at this point, because already my mind is racing, going, I was just in Borrego Springs in my previous vlog, and I was a little deflated in that vlog. So while I am hopeful, I also am being realistic that the mobile home parks out here may not be to my liking either. So I don't know. We're going to find out together. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we are in another desert, clearly. I am checking out a mobile home park. We are doing the mobile home park. Fighting with the navigation is a never-ending battle. So here's where we are. We are playing the mobile home park game again. And I was going to say I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it because you know what? It's just who I am. I am a princess, okay? And I'm not accustomed to this country living. Oh, I like the colors on this one. I am accustomed to being a little diva, right? I'm accustomed to living amongst large divas down in Palm Springs. And this is the country. Just for reference, Palm Springs is not far away. Palm Springs is, see that mountain back there? Down below that. So we are very close. We are very close. We are out where the normal folks live, right? In the country where the real desert people live, not the fake desert people, like in Palm Springs. I love Palm Springs, but come on now. Come on. It's not real desert. The landscape is, but oh, hi kitty in the window. So my whole thing is I'm just ranting because I just arrived here, had a good drive, it was nice, the scenery, beautiful, but I am still bouncing around the idea of living in a mobile home park. See, but this is my problem. There are people who don't, whether it's mental illness or what have you, whatever it is, there are people who just don't care about themselves and their homes, right? Hoarders and that sort of thing. I don't want to live around that sort of thing. But if I want to live in and I'm not even thinking about a mobile home because, again, princess that I am, I want to splurge on a nice, like a high-end tiny home. And those need to be parked in mobile homes and RV parks. So finding one that is decent and not priced outrageously, I'm talking $1,200-$1,500 a month for space, which is normal around here, is it's gonna be difficult. So I'm gonna shut my mouth and drive around a little bit because here's the thing, some of these are not, like, they're not bad, like, they're fine. I would be perfectly fine having these folks as neighbors, and I know that sounds very superficial, but the thing is the outward appearance of something greatly reflects the inside. And if you don't care enough to take care of your outside, you got some issues. And I mean, more power to you, fix your issues, but I don't need your hoard and your rodent infestation and jumping over to my fancy little tiny home. You know what I mean? You get it, right? Okay, I'm gonna scope it out. I love the colors on this one. Really cute, really cute. Maybe because they remind me of my old apartment. Ooh, yikes. But anyhow, look at how beautiful this is though. See, this is what almost makes it worth it. Unfortunately, after this first mobile home park, everything just devolved from there. The second one that I visited was just not, it was not for me at all. And the one following that one, even worse. I hesitate to share my thoughts on places like this because I don't want my words to be misconstrued as my speaking ill of the people who live in places like this. I'm sure there are perfectly fine people here. It's a little bit of everything. It's free spirits, hippies, people on fixed incomes, people who are rebuilding their lives. I totally understand that. My issue, though, is with the slumlords who run places like this. No one deserves to live in a slum. And yes, the people who live here are also responsible for what their homes look like and for all of that sort of thing. You know, cleanliness, neatness, and all of that. That is on each individual. But also, the slumlords. They are also responsible. And I was just feeling very discouraged. And I had filmed a whole portion of my visiting these parks and me speaking and explaining my thoughts and sharing all of that. But I've decided to just omit it all and just cut it all out of this video because it's just a bummer. At this point, I just see no point in sharing these mobile home parks when I'm not going to be even entertaining the idea of living there. It just feels as though I'm shitting on them. And I'm not trying, again, I'm not wanting to speak ill of the people who live here. But when I visit one and it's not to my liking, it's not up to my standards, I feel as though sharing my thoughts may come across as very, Marie Antoinette dressed like a villager eating her baguette, cosplaying a villager, and that's just not what we want to do. So to summarize, I'm simply feeling discouraged because there are plenty of parks out in this area that are absolutely beautiful, well manicured and well taken care of, but the stipulation is that you must meet a certain age requirement. One must be 55 and over in order to live there, and I have already put the photos up for you to see. This beautiful place just down the street. I'm just not allowed to live there. So anyways, let's carry on with the vlog. Let us go check into our hotel, shall we? Or rather, our roadside motel. That's more accurate.
Wait me. Staying at what is going to have a high probability of potentially being an actual roach motel. And it's because it's a kitschy themed hotel. I didn't check into one of the themed rooms because I believe they're going to be outrageously priced for the place, but here's the thing. I rented a regular room, and if I can handle that one, if I'm not eaten alive by vermin, then I will come back on a couple of subsequent visits to stay in the themed
In a quarter mile, make a U-turn at Church Street.
Super kitschy, and you know what? I just missed my exit. Okay, I'm gonna wish me luck. Wish me luck. I need to find this place, and I just missed my exit. So we've made it. Doesn't look that bad. Famous last words. Okay, let's. You know what? I would like to drive around the property really quickly. Just super quick. Just indulge me. Indulge me. Because, okay, love that. We love a giant cactus. No, truly, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look, honestly, it does not look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. It just looks like a typical yucky butt little roadside desert motel. Okay, as this can be exceedingly horrifying, I've put you guys on my stabilizer. In the event that I have to shriek bloody murder the moment I open the door, at least the camera will be steady. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Alright, it's so not as bad as I was thinking. No blood on the walls. No disembodied voices. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. I'm cool with that. It's old. It's weird looking. Hi, there's me, fresh off the road. No weird smells, no weird stains. This is why I always approach everything with an open mind, because believe me when I say I have stayed in high-end hotels and Airbnbs with stains and smells. Even insects in odd places. This place, not a stain, scent, or insect in sight. Okay, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. I love this 80s and 90s situation. Love that. By the way, I love these too. Okay, we're gonna be okay. We'll see what happens when the sun goes down, but I don't expect luxury from a roadside motel. But this is
far better. This exceeds expectations. Oh. If anyone is unfamiliar with the California desert, which I'm sure is probably most of you, the reality is any movies, any television shows, any music videos that you have watched that take place in seedy roadside desert motels in the middle of the California desert, it's usually true in terms of the dinginess, the grime, and the ick, which is why Airbnb has been such a savior. But again, not all Airbnbs are perfect, but for the most part, they're pretty good because choices out here are few and far between. And restrooms. I have a thing about filth in restrooms. So when I opened this door, the sigh of absolute relief, I'm sure, rippled across the cosmos. After I saw this, I knew I was going to be okay. Do I sound like a drama queen? I am. I am a huge germaphobe. Maybe not clinically insanely germophobic, but no. I love the desert. That's clean dirt, though. I don't like human grime and filth. No. If you are new here or I have not shared this previously, I don't care how expensive a place is. I carry fabric sanitizing spray and my own sheets and pillowcases. Always. No exceptions. I cannot sleep at all otherwise. No amount of scalding hot water and bleach is going to make me feel better. If you're laughing at me, think of it this way. You are rubbing your face, you are rubbing your body all over publicly shared linens. Ew. I'm satisfied. Did I just get lucky with this room? I don't know. But this is actual granite. Look at that. Look at you. Crusty, dusty little roadside motel. Not dusty. This is definitely a renovated room for sure. And I'm cool with that. Garbage. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna be okay. We are okay. Of course, as I said, I still brought my bag full of bed sheets and pillowcases because your girl does not touch these things. But okay, time to decompress and grab some food before tonight's shenanigans. Shall we go along to do something mildly terrifying? Believe it or not, for as much as I've been here, I've never used the restroom. Today's a first. I despise public restrooms and germs. They give me the skeeves. Oh, God. Oh, it's typical. Oh, God. It smells. Septic, maybe? Oh, God. Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to put you down so I can properly wash my hands. That wasn't so bad, but yuck. Going out there would be much more sanitary. People are gross. Welcome to the next day of this particular vlog, this trip into the high desert. So, admittedly, I had to clear my head. This is one of the places that I love to come in the high desert to. I hesitate to use the word hike because there are hiking trails here, but I do the little baby walkie strolly trail. There's a few actually, the little baby trails. They're easy, they're painless, and they're just a great place to listen to the birds and just be in nature. It's just so funny to me that this right here is the wild, untamed high desert. And yet down the street was that cesspit of a mobile home park. And once again, I'm going to reiterate, because this is the internet and I have to, my thoughts are more a reflection of the people who run slums like that, because that's what it was. It was a slum. And simply because someone does not have $1 million in their pocket, like everyone seems to have down in Palm Springs, that doesn't mean that they should be living in a slum. I hate that. Struggling financially, could be drugs, whatever it is, slumlords, burn in hell, all of you, because it's unnecessary. But anyway, this right here is ideally what I would love. There are plenty of plots of land just like this that are for sale. I could easily purchase one. The problem is bureaucracy. Isn't that always the thing? I am not allowed to purchase my little plot of land like this and then place my little tiny dollhouse on top of it, because it's illegal. You cannot do that in California. Again, they want your dollars. They want to squeeze you dry. They want to suck you dry, these vultures, with the taxes, the mortgages, the interest rates, and all of that adulty bullshit. I will not succumb to that. I will not give in to that foolishness, that American dream foolishness. No. But such is the artist's way, right? Those of us who, I was going to say choose to live alternative lifestyles, but it's simply in our nature. And for those of us who do not live conventional lives, we don't adhere to societal norms and all of that, things are not easy. This is artist's life for you, and especially someone who is single, freelancing, doing everything on my own, things become exponentially more difficult. All hope is not lost at all. It's just one of those bumps in the road, and you have to go through the darkness, as always, before you see the light at the end of the tunnel. The search is proving to be incredibly difficult, and I knew this going into it, but it's one of those things where you don't realize how difficult it is until you are in the trenches looking for a place to put a little dollhouse on wheels. I'm going to be checking out more mobile home parks on this trip, I believe, but I'm going to be splitting it into another vlog. So enjoy the last few glimpses of this hike, and I will see you back in the studio. Back home and back to work, sharing my latest crop of Patreon Sticky Claw Sticker Club stickers. We tried something different this time. Instead of producing a sticker sheet with a corresponding die cut, I opted for several iterations of the same design. I went into a whole description and explanation about it over on Patreon, but essentially I was having quite a bit of a struggle landing on a colorway. I love fashion. We are familiar with colorways in fashion, right? If you are not, well, no, everyone is. When you go to buy a t-shirt, sometimes that t-shirt is available in 50 different colors, right? In different colorways. And that's how fashion works. And I created this beautiful little lady, and I wanted to see her in different colors. I couldn't decide on one, so I decided to make all of them. Now, they are all Patreon exclusives with the exception of the dark purple one. That dark purple one is going to be in my shop. If she is not in the shop by the time this vlog is up, which I'm hoping she will be, then she will be very soon. Just keep an eye on my Instagram for updates. But she's just so beautiful. She's so pretty. I love the other one as well. The first one, the original one that has the little neon heart in her hair, the little headpiece. This one that I'm touching right here. Oh, I love it. But that one is an exclusive in that colorway and with the little heart. So she won't be available, but that beautiful cosmic purple one. Oh, did you hear that? Beating my chest over here. I had a little bit of an air bubbly. Excuse me. So anyway, thank you to my Patreon Sticky Claws. I hope that you enjoyed these stickers. They have already long been shipped to you, so they should be arriving very shortly. let's insert a few clips of me stuffing envelopes, because why not? We have finally officially transitioned completely into the black envelopes. Do I sound excited about it? Yes, because I am. Yes, of course. I want my purpley fuchsia eggplant color, but we know that that's an impossibility. So you know what? It's fine. The black ones are a suitable compromise. In my previous mailing for the month before, I still had a few of the purpley maroony envelopes left over, the little residuals, which some of my Patreon patrons got. But now everyone moving forward will be receiving the black ones until something else comes around. But I love these. They're nice, thick, luxurious envelopes. God, I love them. I love them. I'm glad that I found them. And watch, now that I said that, I've just jinxed myself, haven't I? The company's going to discontinue them. I should just hoard a bunch of them. But anyways, let's get these envelopes. And I did it again. Envelopes. I don't know. I suppose it depends on what words I'm speaking before I say envelope that dictates how I pronounce it. I don't know what it is. It's just one of the weird Karla-isms. Envelope. I always say tomato. I never say tomato. So I don't know what this is all about. But anywho, let us continue stuffing these envelopes. And then we shall proceed to take them to the post office. And ooh, you're going to see something spooky. You ready? Spooky. You are going to see me wearing oversized loungewear. This one, loungewear, listen, it's been freezing cold, and I wanted some velvety, oversized, pajama-feeling loungewear, because I have learned wearing athletic wear to take the dog out for his walks when it's cold. No, I'm too much of a crybaby. I need something warm. I'm a crybaby. I hate the cold. So she's trying out loungewear. I don't like it, to be honest. It's warm, but I hate it. Leisure suits. I think, you know what it is? I've been hanging around too many old folks down in desert land with their little jogging sets, the little jogging suits, I think it's rubbing off on me a little bit. Athleisure wear. Ugh. But it also feels good when I'm bloaty, having girly problems. I'm not gonna lie. I hate it, but it's kind of comfortable. Ew, Karla. She's just so superficial and judgy. I have never, ever pretended to not be high maintenance. I disgust myself when I see myself in loungewear, okay? Not you. Baby, do whatever you want. But me, when I look in the mirror, I don't like what I see when I look frumpy-dumpy in my loungewear, okay? And now we transition into a glamorous glamourpuss, the cover girl of Glam Noir. I am signing the art prints because finally, at long last, the signed bundles of Glam Noir are now available via my website, not on Etsy, exclusively through my website. So if you would like to get your grubby little claws on a signed art print, a signed book, as well as the sticker, they are now available, and they are all bundled together. So the bundle will include a signed art print, a signed copy of the book, as well as a sticker sheet. It took me ages to get around to adding this to the store. I know, shame on me, but there were also some weird shipping issues getting my copies of the book. But now I have them, they're available, and right on the heels of my releasing my next coloring book. I didn't think I was going to discuss it in this vlog. However, there is a little bit of time at the end here, so I will go ahead and spill just a few little updates on the book. So I recently posted over on Instagram that I had received a proof copy of the coloring book, and I made the edits that were necessary, and then I sent in for another proof copy. And of course, as things work out, I found a couple of other things that needed to get fixed, little tweaks, nothing major, no huge delays in the book or anything like that. But I am at this very moment of my editing this vlog, I am awaiting the arrival of my next proof copy. And I think this time we're gonna be okay. If I get another proof, fine, but the book is still on track to be released. I wanted to release it in February. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I decided to add a few pages to the book, so it's a good reason why it was delayed initially. But this time it was just a couple little edits that took a little longer than I anticipated to deal with. But now I told myself in February, when the release didn't happen, I said, okay, let's aim for the first week or the first 2 weeks of April. So we are totally on track for that. And if you've been waiting for my new book, yay, it is definitely coming. And please take a look at my Instagram for updates if you care. If you don't care, fine. I will be posting updates here on YouTube as well. But I am just getting so sick and tired of fighting these algorithms, you guys. None of my content is getting seen anywhere. And I know that every person on the internet is crying about nobody's looking at my stuff, but it's not, for me anyway, it's not about the ego trip. What's frustrating me is that every single platform on social media now, yes, I enjoy when people look at my stuff, they comment. We have a relationship here, the creator and the audience. That you go to a concert, right? You expect to interact with the artist on stage. You go to a play and you want to clap for your favorite actors, actresses, whatever, burlesque performers, strippers, whatever it is, right? There's a give and take with the audience and the creator, the performer. But social media has completely turned into a pay to play. And that's what's frustrating, because the people who care about what I'm up to are not seeing what I'm posting, because Instagram keeps telling me, YouTube keeps telling me, hey, purchase ad space. Hey, sell memberships. Hey, do this. No, I have an online store and I have a Patreon. I am not going to be paying for advertisements and doing all that bullshit. So throw me a bone if you're interested in keeping up with what I'm doing. Toss a like on a post, toss a little comment here and there, because that does truly help the algorithm a little bit. It's never going to help as much as me purchasing ad space, but I'm not doing that. I'm not playing these stupid games. What was this whole video rant about? I will not be played with. So anyway, we are ending on a positive note. Beautiful things. Hit a little bumpy ride searching for a place to park my sparkly behind, but the journey has just begun. We have plenty of other places to visit, other options to explore, and lots of artwork to make. So thank you so much for joining me on this little peep into my life. Again, thank you for joining me on this crazy ass ride. It'll be worth it in the end. I know it. You have to believe it, even though some days it feels impossible. It'll happen. And you're going to be along for the ride. Thank you. Now, shoo. Be bad, be good. I do not give a damn what. You know I don't give a damn much. Just make sure you come back in one piece. All right? Okay. I will see you in the next one.